The 1% Mindset, transforming your life with small, consistent steps. Let me start with this. Most of you won't make it. That's the hard truth. You'll wake up tomorrow and go right back to the same habits, the same excuses, the same mediocre mindset that's been holding you back for years. And you'll convince yourself that you tried, that you gave it your best shot. But deep down, you'll know it was a lie. You'll feel that knot in your stomach, that quiet voice in your head asking, what if I had just pushed a little harder? And that voice won't go away. It'll haunt you because you know deep down that you're capable of more. You're just afraid of what it might take to get there. Now, before you roll your eyes and check out, let me hit you with something real. What if I told you that breaking free, leveling up, and becoming unstoppable isn't about giant leaps? It's not about overnight success or some magic formula. It's about the 1% mindset. It's about getting just a little better every single day. And if you stick with me to the end of this, I'll show you exactly how I dragged myself out of rock bottom and rewired my brain to think, act, and win like the 1%. But first, let's talk about where most of us are stuck. You're overwhelmed, aren't you? You've got bills piling up, a body that's not where you want it to be, relationships that feel hollow, and dreams that seem like they're always just out of reach. You're stuck in this loop of trying, failing, and numbing yourself to the pain. I've been there. Hell, I lived there for years. It's like quicksand. The harder you fight, the deeper you sink. Every time you take one step forward, it feels like life pulls you 2 steps back, and it's exhausting. It's demoralizing. You start to wonder if maybe this is just your fate. But let me tell you something, it's not. For me, it hit rock bottom when I lost everything that mattered. My job, my relationships, my health. I remember sitting in a 1-bedroom apartment, staring at an eviction notice, a bottle of whiskey on the table, and a mirror reflecting a version of myself I couldn't stand. That's when I realized something. No one was coming to save me. No one was going to swoop in and fix my mess. It was on me. And that's when I made a decision that changed everything. I didn't aim for perfection. I didn't set some massive goal. I decided to get 1% better every single day. And let me tell you, that decision didn't come with fanfare or applause. It came with grit, with tears, and with a stubborn refusal to stay where I was. Because staying there, that wasn't living. That was surviving. And I was done surviving. Here's what the 1% mindset is all about. It's the relentless pursuit of small, consistent improvements. It's waking up every day and asking, what's the one thing I can do today that'll make me just a little better than yesterday? It's about building momentum, stacking wins, and letting those tiny shifts snowball into massive transformation. It's about realizing that success isn't some distant peak you reach in one big leap. It's the sum of countless small steps. And here's the kicker. Those small steps, they're always within your control. You don't need permission. You don't need perfect circumstances. You just need to start. Now let me be clear. The 1% mindset is not easy. It's simple, yes, but simple and easy are not the same thing. It takes grit, discipline, and the willingness to be uncomfortable. And most people won't do it. They'll quit when it gets hard. They'll quit when they don't see results fast enough. But you're not most people, are you? You wouldn't be here if you were. Deep down, you've got that spark, that hunger, that voice inside you that refuses to settle. And that voice, that's your ticket out, but only if you're willing to listen to it, only if you're willing to act on it. Let's break this down. First, you've got to take ownership, radical ownership. Stop blaming your boss, your partner, your parents, or the economy. It's not their fault. It's not even about fault. It's about responsibility. The moment you take full responsibility for where you are is the moment you reclaim your power to change it. No more excuses, no more pity parties. Own your life, every messy, painful, glorious part of it. Because until you own it, you can't change it. And let's be honest, deep down, you already know this. You've just been too scared to face it. But here's the truth. Facing it is the first step to freedom. Second, you've got to commit to the process, not the outcome. Too many people get fixated on the end goal. They want the six-pack, the $1 million business, the perfect relationship. And when they don't get it fast enough, they give up. The 1% mindset is about falling in love with the grind. It's about showing up every day, even when you don't feel like it, especially when you don't feel like it. Success is built in the trenches, not on the podium. And let me tell you, the trenches? They're where you find out what you're really made of. They're where you earn your stripes. So stop looking for shortcuts and start embracing the work. Now, here's where it gets tactical. The first step to building the 1% mindset is mastering your mornings. How you start your day sets the tone for everything else. When I was clawing my way out of rock bottom, the first thing I changed was my morning routine. I got up 30 minutes earlier and spent that time moving my body, feeding my mind, and setting my intentions. I didn't have fancy equipment or expensive courses. I had push-ups, a journal, and YouTube videos of motivational speakers. That's it. But that small shift created a ripple effect that changed my entire day. And here's the thing. It wasn't just about the routine. It was about the message I was sending myself. Every morning I was telling myself, I matter, my goals matter, my life matters. And that message, it started to sink in. Next, you've got to protect your environment. Who you surround yourself with matters more than you think. If you're hanging out with people who complain, make excuses, and settle for less, guess what? You'll become just like them. Cut the dead weight. Find people who challenge you, inspire you, and hold you accountable. And if you can't find them, immerse yourself in books, podcasts, and online communities that elevate your thinking. Because here's the truth. Your environment shapes your reality. If you want to change your life, you've got to change what you're exposing yourself to. It's not easy, it's uncomfortable, but it's worth it. Another key piece is learning to love discomfort. Growth doesn't happen in your comfort zone. It happens when you push past the point where most people quit. When you're tired, when you're scared, when you're doubting yourself, that's when the magic happens. Every time you choose to do the hard thing, you're rewiring your brain to handle adversity. You're becoming mentally unbreakable. And let me tell you, mental toughness is a superpower. It's what separates the average from the extraordinary. So the next time you're faced with a challenge, don't back down, lean into it, embrace it, because that's where the growth is. Let's talk about habits. The 1% mindset thrives on habits. Forget motivation. Motivation is fleeting. Discipline is what gets results. Start small. Pick one habit you can stick to no matter what. Maybe it's drinking a glass of water first thing in the morning. Maybe it's reading 10 pages of a book. Maybe it's taking a 5-minute walk. It doesn't matter how small it is. What matters is consistency. Build the habit first. The intensity can come later. And here's the thing about habits. They compound. Over time, those small daily actions add up to massive results. So don't underestimate the power of a tiny habit done consistently. And here's a big one. Stop chasing perfection. Perfection is the enemy of progress. You're going to mess up. You're going to have days when you fall short. That's okay. The 1% mindset isn't about being flawless. It's about bouncing back. It's about showing up again and again and again. Every time you do, you're proving to yourself that you're stronger than your excuses. You're proving to yourself that you're not a quitter. And let me tell you, that kind of resilience, that's what builds unshakable confidence. That's what makes you unstoppable. I want you to picture this. Imagine a plane flying from Los Angeles to New York. If the pilot adjusts the course by just 1 degree, the plane will end up hundreds of miles off track. That's the power of small changes. The same principle applies to your life. Tiny shifts, made consistently, will take you to a completely different destination. And here's the best part. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to know the next small step, one step at a time. That's how you change your trajectory. That's how you rewrite your story. So here's my challenge to you. Start today, not tomorrow. Not next week, today. Pick one thing, just one, and commit to doing it every day for the next 7 days. Track it, celebrate it. And when the week is up, pick another thing. Keep stacking those wins. Keep building that momentum. Before you know it, you'll look back and realize you're not even the same person anymore. You'll realize that those small, consistent actions have transformed your life in ways you never thought possible. The 1% mindset isn't a hack. It's not a shortcut. It's a lifestyle. It's a decision to show up every day and do the work, no matter what. And if you commit to it, I promise you this, you'll become unstoppable. You'll look at challenges as opportunities. You'll stop settling for less and start demanding more from yourself and your life. You'll join the ranks of the 1% who refuse to be average. And let me tell you, once you get a taste of that kind of power, there's no going back. I'm not special. I'm not smarter, stronger, or luckier than you. The only difference is that I made a decision. I decided to take control of my life, one tiny step at a time. And if I can do it, so can you. So stop waiting. Stop doubting. Stop hesitating. Get out there and start building your 1% mindset, because the life you want, it's not going to wait for you. It's waiting on you. Now go make it happen. Does this video speak to you? Comment below with your opinion. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Then share it with your friends so I may keep creating more valuable videos. Hit the subscribe button for more videos like this, and remember to click on the notification bell. Also, don't forget to check our other videos as well to learn more about many other fascinating insights. I appreciate you for watching.